Hey, it's time to dish with D. That's me. It's Saturday, a holiday weekend Saturday, and it's time for my WW weekly topic du jour, and it's time for my weigh-in. Here's a funny thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't do a weigh-in last Saturday, and not a lot of people tuned in. Is it because I didn't do a weigh-in? Just seems like a coincidence. I don't know. But yes, I'm here to report. But, well, let's just rewind a bit. I had a hell of a weekend last weekend. If you didn't see my video on Monday, I'm sure most of you did. It was embarrassing, but I needed to put it out there because that's how life is. And I wanted to show, and I showed it raw and right out of the bag. And, yeah, so I had gotten weighed that morning or the next morning. I think it was that morning after I filmed. I think I wasn't going to get weighed. I thought, what's the point? But I thought, you know what? I need to see that number because I know it's going to be up. When you have a weekend like that, whether it be real weight or just whatever, I needed to see it. And it was 165 pounds. So I had gained over 4 pounds. Yeah, I was a little bit like, oh yeah. But then again, was it a true weight gain? Was it, you know, I don't know. But I'm here to report I did get weighed this morning on my normal day. And I'm down to 162. So I'm happy with that. I'm the same, I believe, as what I was, I'm looking at the dog, sorry, 2 weeks ago. So that's fine. I'm good with that. And I am putting it out there to the world, to the interwebs, that I am going to be a good girl today and this whole weekend. Even though it's a holiday weekend, I have a dessert planned. It's a WW friendly dessert. I should have a video up for that later this weekend. Maybe tonight if I can get to it. It's gonna be a banana cream pie cheesecake in the Pound Dropper format, I like to call it, inspired by Pound Dropper. I don't know if she has one or not, I don't recall, but it's a funfetti. I do everything funfetti, and I put cake mix in it like she does in her one. I just put it in all my cheesecakes, but that's what I'm here. And it's funny because I just opened this topic and I'm like, maybe this is good for me to do this today. It says, how to feel in control even when things totally aren't. Yeah, this might be a good one for me, finally. No eye roll today. I haven't read it yet, so let's keep, let's wait to pass judgment on this topic. But if you don't know, the topics are in your WW app. You can get them on your computer, you can get them on your phone. They're in there every week, which I don't know if they always were, I just didn't notice it. Could be. They did used to get emailed to. I don't know. They stopped and then all of a sudden they started again, so I'm not sure if they do now or not. But I know they're in your app. So you go in your, I find them right at the bottom. They're called weekly techniques. I call them meaning topic du jour because it's the topic of the week. Dealing with change that feels out of control. Follow these steps to get back in the driver's seat. I definitely felt out of control last week, and I'm not sure why. Because I had a bad weekend the weekend prior, if you don't remember that, I did. So I'm not quite sure how I let it get away again. That's what disappoints me. People said, oh, don't be so hard on yourself. I was only hard on myself because it was the second week in a row. And that I didn't understand how my mentality got there. But I'm better. At least I am right now. And we're going out to dinner tonight, so I am definitely, oh, and before I go on, you're gonna laugh, but I just started purple today. I felt like this, again, to me, the plans are very, well, I can't do green, we know that. But I feel blue and purple are very similar, so I'm very comfortable. Will I stay on purple? Probably not, but I just wanted something a little bit different, a little bit that's gonna make me think. So I just thought that would be good for me. So that's the only reason I did it. List what you can and can't control or influence. I can control or influence. I like the word influence. Who are you influencing? Yourself? If you have to talk yourself into something, I don't know. I'm not a person who talks yourself into anything. Either I'm there or I'm not. I'm not kind of let me talk myself into it. It's never worked before, obviously, so let's just read this. So get my rolling ready. I can't control or influence. I can control or influence. I can influence. Breathe, redirect your attention to the zero in what you can control and influence, and zero in on what you can control and influence. I try to deal with things I can't control and accept that. I don't fight against it, or I don't sit there and say, well, I can do it, I can do it. I try to minimize the damage, I think. And, you know, like even last week, I tried to minimize. Honestly, it really could have went worse than it did, and it went bad. So could it have been worse? Yes, it could have been, because you know what happened? How I minimized the damage? I didn't eat the rest of the day. So I minimized the damage of calories. Was that the best idea? I wasn't eating anything, but I felt caloric-wise I had enough. Did I have nutrient-wise? No, I had nothing nutrient until dinner. I wound up having a 0-point dinner. So I zeroed in on that, and what could I fix for that day? It was just having a 0-point dinner, which I think I had chicken and I think I had grilled zucchini or something like that. I don't even remember now, but that was how I was fixing the hot mess that I made of Sunday. Deciding what you want to make a change is one thing, but dealing with the change you didn't plan on, you can feel like a lot. When this happens, think about what you actually can do and can control, and what you may be able to influence. Always remember, like for me, go off the binge. I definitely feel like it's somewhat normal. I don't like it, but I know it's not abnormal to do that. Like, I know I'm well within the norm to do that, because I think being human, I'm going to have days where things like that happen. 2 weeks in a row was not, I think, what upset me the most. Had it been a few weeks apart maybe, or I do have binges, but not that consecutively. Like maybe every 3 months I'll have one. That's okay, I can deal with that. I think it's actually a little bit good for me to do that. But back to back was my shock, because I felt sick the week before and I threw up the week. We're gonna get real here. Yeah. So I don't understand how I let that happen again, feeling as bad as I felt Saturday night because I had a little too much sangria. Yeah. I don't know how I let that happen. I think because I went there hungry and I hit the sangria before I hit the snacks. And then you just don't care, because you just don't care. Things you can't control or influence. What happens around us in the news? You can't control the pandemic, which I try to always say that to you guys. People that are upset about the pandemic, and I get that, and it's terrible and it's horrible, but you can't, eating more is not going to help the pandemic and help seeing your family. I'm going to binge eat. It's not going to help anything. You're going to feel even worse about yourself. What other people are doing, or the grocery store being out of their favorite 0-point foods. Oh, I hate that. It happens. Things you can influence. Overwhelming, but what happened in the world. Influence the outcome of what you see by limiting how much news you watch and donate to a cause. Yes, I stopped watching the news because I can control that. I can control what I put on my television. We'll go back to March of last year. I stopped watching the news. It was too depressing. Everything was negative, 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 negative. I thought the world was coming to an end, for crying out loud. And not that it wasn't bad, because it was, but I didn't need to keep hearing that. I mean, that's what they have to put out there. And I think that's what draws people in, all that negativity, because you can't turn away. Well, I just stopped watching the news. And I would ask my husband, I would just ask him questions. I would say, don't tell me, I would just answer these questions. And that's what I would ask. Things you can't control. Focus on what you can do in the present moment. Try something from your bucket list to feel empowered. Go to a first-time yoga class. Like, yeah, I mean, that's what and for the most part, I focused on this channel because I can control the content I put out. So last year, during all this hell we had, that's what I put my focus in, something positive. What could I possibly do positively to help somebody else? Because I need to focus on that, and that's what I focused on, helping you guys. We did lives every night. I did videos every day. So it was definitely what I put my focus into. So, and thank you for watching and being receptive to that. But that's exactly what I did. I turned the depression and the craziness of this world into a positive for you, because I needed to focus on you and not focus on all this. So that's, you know, basically this was a good topic. Pay attention to what you can control. Will help you feel happier, less stressed, and more empowered, and ultimately get you back in the driver's seat. And for the most part, helping you with this channel kept me at goal, below goal, for the whole year. I didn't start spiraling till this past Easter, which was what, April? That's a hell of a I was impressed with myself, honestly, to sit there, and because I'm a girl with a weight issue who always had a weight issue. So, and I wasn't getting weighed in studio. So the fact that I was able to stay on plan that whole year, because I was focused on you, this channel, and helping people. And that created everything, and I'm not sure how that got away from me. It just did. Things got better, and that's why I relaxed, see, because the pressure was down. The world was getting a little, we were opening up here in New Jersey, mask mandating were going away, I got my shot, things started to relax. You know, it is what it is. So, all right, this is the Embracing Change monthly theme. All right, they're embracing change. So what's the printable recipe this week? Yeah, I know it's fruit, right? Wild blueberry hand pies. Now, I love a good hand pie, but let me show. I don't think you can see the picture. I don't think you can see that. That's not something that appeals to me. Now, maybe peach hand pies. Yeah, I'm in for that one, but not blueberry. How many points are those bad boys? Let's see. 5 on all plans, which isn't too bad. They look like they're a large muffin tin with refrigerator homemade pie crust. You could probably use 2 ingredient dough and lower the points. And they use real sugar, cornstarch. Do you ever notice Weight Watchers in their recipes uses real ingredients? I don't know if people notice that. A lot of they never put monk fruit. They always use real sugar. The fact that we choose to do monk fruit is our choice. And people always say Weight Watchers promote sugar-free things. No, they don't. The members do, because we find tweaks and hacks and stuff. So I have to give Weight Watchers a props, because I don't think I've ever seen anything with, we call them Frankenfoods. So yeah, this is all stuff. Regular pie crust, blueberries, sugar, cornstarch, lemon zest, lemon juice, salt, chopped mint leaves. So yeah, so whoever's out there saying Weight Watchers promote sugar-free, fat-free, they don't. At least in this recipe they're not, so. Because I would put monk fruit, because honestly, I don't use really real sugar, but interesting recipe if you like blueberry. I don't, so I won't be making that. But thank you for joining me for this week's weigh-in and meeting topic du jour. I'm so happy you tuned in. If you enjoy these, give them a huge thumbs up and comment down below what you thought of the topic and what you're in control of, and let's have at it, folks. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, there is a subscribe button. I'd love to have it as part of the Dish with D community of like-minded adults, where we're here for living the life, tapering what we can, and still enjoying our food, because that's what life's about. I don't know about you, but I like to eat, and that will continue. So thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great 4th of July if I don't get to talk to you. This is the 4th of July weekend. Depends on when you get to see this. You might see it next week. So I hope you had a happy 4th of July. Maybe seeing it weeks from now. I hope your 4th of July a few months ago was great. So we will dish another day, folks. Have a great day.